You know what? Fuck off. It's the beer bubbles. Go! Hi guys, and welcome to Beer Bubbles, the bubbliest podcast in the world. I think so, at least. And right now, I'm sitting here with two prominent guests from one of the craziest and most fantastic breweries in Belgium, which is Verzet. I'm sitting here with Alex.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And I'm sitting here with Jens.
Hello.
Hello. You're in Stockholm. You were at Akkurat yesterday, had a tasting. Today, you're going to be at Pressklubben.
Yes.
So we're actually sitting at Pressklubben right now. I'm back on the beer. You're still on the water. Pussies.
We're gonna advance to operating temperature in half an hour.
Okay, perfect. Tell me a bit about the company. Well, Alex, you start because you were there at the start. What is Verzet and how did it start?
Well, the two founders, we studied brewery school together, biochemistry, and we get along during our studies. Started working in big breweries, but we ended our studies in 2008, and back then there were only 110 Belgian breweries, and for us they all had like a label with the church on it or a priest, and there was like no rock and roll brewery, and we saw like we start home brewing to see each other again, and during those home brews we start to dream of our own company and see what the Belgian beer market was, and we saw what was happening around the world. A lot of craft breweries starting up with crazy beers. And we said, we want to do this in Belgium, like shake the Belgian brewers awake and bring them to the next era of beer. Because we felt
2000s.
Yeah, we felt like they were like fell asleep and thought, we make the best beer of the world. But we saw so many things happening, and we thought, we need to experiment and bring the experiment to Belgium as well.
And that's basically, the name is, well, you can tell us what it translates into.
The name is Resistance, and we're against the multinationals, or mainly the globalization of taste, that every thing tastes the same, and we love unique tastes and everything in beer, but also in cheese and bread. We love the small and independent brewers. They can't even be big, but we love like unique flavors.
And then you started brewing at home, and then you started the company.
Yeah,
And it's been around since
2011.
2011. So you've been there for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just a legal age.
Legal age is just like a number. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like a recommendation. You can or cannot follow it in Belgium.
But tell me a bit about the philosophy behind your beers. That mirrors what you just said. Like you want to bring flavor.
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
It depends on which beer that we make. We have like two types of beers. We do like traditional Belgian beers, but we always want to be like add something new, like a new twist, a Verzet twist, and not like perfect in style. So people that love to put things in boxes are like a little bit freaky, because we always like change it. And then we also do trendy beers and try to do also unique things about that. Because we love, with the Belgian beers, we choose mainly for underdog beer styles that are not very popular, but has been very popular, and we want to like bring them back into fame.
Hence, you love Oud Bruin.
Yeah, we actually love it very well. Yeah.
And the special bells we did yesterday as well at
Yeah.
Akkurat, yeah.
I must say the oak leaf that I tried yesterday, it was one of the weirdest experiences with a Oud Bruin, but it was so cool. Tell us a bit about the story. How oak leaves into the beer.
Okay. We already from the start, even as hobby brewers, we made an Oud Bruin, and actually the first Oud Bruin that we released as a company was like 50% illegal because that was a homebrew, and 50% legal, and we blended that together, and that was the first Oud Bruin. That was 2011. I'm married, and my wife is like a witch. I'm the druid. And my wife is the witch. She wears purple a lot and does crazy dances. And she loves permaculture in the garden and growing everything through each other, because one plants help the other against insects, because we don't like use
Pesticides.
pesticides. Yeah, all has to be natural, and we don't have to live from our garden, from the food. So if something goes wrong, it's not so bad. And she has some hippie books, and one of those books is called "From the Garden to the Bottle," and I love getting inspiration of things. I like to drink other beer from other breweries, but I love also inspiration of other tastes, like in cooking or like getting other inspirations. And you had like one paragraph of oak leaf wine, a wine that you make with oak leaves, and it was like
An epiphany.
an epiphany that I had. Wow, there has to be something divine here. We make beer in oak barrels. What if we would like put oak leaves in the beer? And we just did it, and that's the approach to what we do. Just do stuff and not like overthink stuff, and like
Go more with your feelings. Like, this sounds cool. No one's done it, so let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and then we're hyped up about the idea. Hopefully, something good is coming out, and it smells like a walk in a forest in autumn. It's a very unique flavor, and also in taste, you have like certain layers. Each sip is something else. So yeah,
I thought it was really cool. To me, it was, as you said, a walk in the forest during autumn when it's just been raining, so all the smells are in the
Yes,
house.
exactly.
Yeah. Was absolutely awesome. But all your beers yesterday were fantastic, and the last one is just hey, it's as you said yesterday. Either you love it or you hate it.
There's nothing in between, I
No,
think.
and that's a mix between an undrinkable Oud Bruin and an sweet imperial stout.
Yeah, exactly.
Jens, could you tell me about the story a bit, because you
Yes.
you were there.
Yes, I. So the origin story of the Kamenatsky Balsamico, the other brewer, he's back in Belgium brewing now, Koen, him and I were at Arrogant Sour Festival in Reggio Emilia, so the center of Italy. We had subscribed to a tour which left at 7 a.m. and I remember myself being at the bar very late. I think it was 4 or 5 a.m. So I was instantly
You had
regretting
it
it at 7.
all day and all night.
Yes, exactly. With only sours, imagine that.
Oh.
So, what happened? We left. The first stop was a cheese makery, which, with a lack of sleep and a gigantic hangover, was a very interesting experience, but also tough. And then afterwards, we went to a actual balsamico maker. So imagine we arrived there. We have this large wooden tower. We're in central Italy. It's somewhere in May. Inside this tower, you have all these small barrels of balsamic vinegar, but inside this tower it's also plus 40 degrees. My face was green. We went downstairs, I'm like, because you have this moisture, this hot temperature, these acidic, smells. It was like way overpowering for me. But we went down. We got some very fine Italian gelato. I think we had like 25-year-old balsamic vinegar on it. First, I thought I'm not going to be able to have this. Now, I tasted it, and it was also a divine thing. And that was actually the moment that Koen the brewer, he had a very good idea. We had a Oud Bruin barrel. It had a bit more of a vinegar note on there. And he actually, a couple of weeks later, showed up at the brewery and had like this small test tube so we could taste. And it was a blend beer, a hybrid beer. So he had used that beer, the Oud Bruin, and combined it with a 15% Russian Imperial Stout that was quite on the sweet side. And if you see the elements separate, it should not work, but then you put them together. You tasted it yesterday to what it actually is. So you get like this licorice kind of start. It has like some sourness, but then that drops off and like the entire stout takes over. So it's like a very strange flavor and smell experience.
But nice.
Yes.
In my opinion, at least, I think it was really good.
Thank you.
Jannica went bonkers for it. And another guest, CC, who was there yesterday, all the leftovers in bottles, he filled up his glass, so he had his full glass when he left for the bar.
Yeah, we it's very well received in beer festivals and stuff.
And
it's called Kamaradski Balsamico because it's the blend of like the balsamic touch in there with the origin story, but also Kamaradski from the Russian Imperial Stout part in it. So it's a 12.5% beer because roughly it's 2/3 of the stout and 1/3 of the Oud Bruin, but it depends each year because we recreate it now. We put some barrels in the warm chamber, to get that touch in
because
there.
you don't have that much, air quotes here, you don't have that much undrinkable Oud Bruin.
No, luckily not. Yes, our other is much more on a bit more on the lactic side, like very fresh and refreshing sourness in there. And the one we use for that blend is a very different type. So,
and Kamaradski, you because you thought it was Russian.
The Russian Imperials.
It's not.
It's not. That's the funny part. Then we found out it's actually Polish or something. Yeah.
Czech.
Yeah, it's Czech.
But it sounds good, like because in Belgium, if you also say kamerad, it also means you're friends.
Yeah.
So it's the linguistic part is already easy to understand for our local market.
But you were here in Sweden for doing these two things.
Yes, 3 things actually. We're
okay,
here with
one
you
more.
now. So yesterday we
with
had
this as well, yeah. The podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that you didn't know beforehand.
No, so this was a surprise, but a welcome one.
So what's going to happen tonight here at Pressklubben?
We're going to do a meet and greet here, so everybody's welcome. We have a couple of beers on draft. There's one really special beer, a Provision beer, a special type of Oud Bruin, a bit more ABV that Jens kept. I think it's 8 years old now, so I'm really dying to try it.
I think because I walked up to the bar, before you came here, I walked up to the bar and I saw all these Verzet taps and I was like, that's a black label that only says Verzet. That must be something special. Or is that not it?
So I'm more of the sales guy in Verzet. Koen and Alex are the brewer side, and we have all these like crazy beers. And I was looking also to have something interesting for the Belgian market, something really easy drinking as an alternative to like the lagers and stuff. But I didn't want to enter the lager market, and I just wanted something that drinks as easy as a lager. But again, with Verzet, we're trying to create an added value, and there has to be some rock and roll in there as well, which, if I have a more easy beer type in my head, Alex and Koen will adjust it, rock and rollify it until it's a really, it's a Verzet beer. So what is Verzet? It's a pale ale, super easy drinking, has a lot of passion fruit in the nose. It has a very tiny sweet touch in there, not too much. And for the added rock and roll, we actually use hennep, which works well with the mosaic hop in there because it adds like this very, very subtle spicy tone in there. If I don't mention it, it's really hard to put out, but that's like where Alex and Koen really shine. To have like, it's easy like to make a smoky beer and like all the smoke is like in front and like dominates the flavor. but you want it to be like an added value in the flavor and doesn't dominate, so it's like a layered beer, and that's what these guys create really well.
And talking about rock and roll, Alex has chosen the music in the background.
Yes.
So if you don't like it, fuck you.
Exactly. We'll make you a fan.
Yeah. But you are a bit of a middle finger to some of the more traditionalists and stuff. It's more like, we can do this, so both fingers in the air, and this is what we do.
Yeah, I think to survive or to be, you have to do something different.
To be relevant, basically.
Yeah, and we don't want to be a cover band brewery. We don't. We want.
They want our own
I
hits.
love that analogy. It's more fun to play your own songs than to play covers. If you're a
Exactly.
musician.
Yes.
But you don't know. Wow, it's you put your emotions out. If you bring your own stuff, it's all. Well, a cover is safe as a safe bet. But with your own ideas, it's open up your soul, and then you're waiting if people like it or not. But you get more reward if people like it or see it. And we don't want to brew for the main crowd. We don't want to be the biggest brewery of Belgium. We want that people say of our beer, that some people say, oh, that's undrinkable, and some say, wow, this is the best beer in the world, and I have to become this age to find this beer. And we want to emotional touch people. And it's in our DNA of everybody who works at Verzet to show the finger, the middle finger from time to time.
But also, if you do a cover, do it extremely different, like Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower.
Great song.
That's got nothing to do with what Bob Dylan did from the beginning. And even Bob Dylan said afterwards, like, this is not my song anymore. This is Jimi Hendrix's song, because he does it so much better.
It's a great song, by the way.
But keep
I have the goosebumps.
Yeah. It is a great song. But because you have your roots in traditionalism from the beginning, but you use that traditionalism to do something different.
Yeah.
And I really love that.
We have respect for the old school brewers, but we don't want to be them. We want to be us. And we don't deny what they do, but we just take it out. We wing it our way, and because I believe that culture dies if you don't give energy in that culture.
You have to renew yourself.
Yeah. And some people say, "Oh no, the culture is changing," but you have to put energy in it if you want to keep it like you want, and changing. People adapt, and we are those guys who.
And then you go and hire this guy.
Yeah,
Because he was your first employee, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
And now he's part owner. How did you make that mistake? Sorry. But how come you brought him in, because he's more of the social sales guy?
Yeah, after 6 months of having our own beer firm, because we brewed in the beginning at Dranke, we didn't have money for our own installation. That only came in 2016. But after 6 months having our own company, we felt, oh no, starting a brewery with only brewers, that's a stupid idea. Because selling beer is like fancying a lady for us, and we get very nervous at it. And going to a bartender and asking, oh, do you want to have this beer that's going to be the best beer in the world? You need it to be relevant. You have to need it. Now it's easier because we already made some name, but in the beginning you're nobody, and I have not self-esteem to go in and say you have to do this. So we just stayed in our warehouse skating and telling our girlfriends, oh yeah, we're working for the brewery, but we actually were skating in the warehouse. But after a few months we felt like a little bit ashamed. So I was. At that time, we also started a pub.
Yeah, we used to have a pub across the brewery.
Okay.
It actually got torn down last week.
Yeah, the building was turned down, and I asked my youngest sister to open up that bar, and we did like our beers, but 20 beers of other Belgian breweries, but continue changing. And Jens is a friend, a school friend of my sister, and he was there from time to time at the bar, a little bit of love, like looking at her. And I took him on a weak moment to ask him to be my wingman to sell beer at bars, because Jens is very good with people. I saw that, and I asked him, and he said yes. After a few months being my wingman, he did it for free in the beginning.
Stupid fuck that I am.
No. You were in love with his sister.
Yeah. Blinded.
Brownie points.
And then
Great time, that. Great time.
a year later or something, we asked him to work full time for us. And he said yes. From then on, we grew bigger with the company. He could go in the week to bars, and not like on Friday and Saturday. And it was the best bet. We couldn't pay him.
Well, you don't want to go to a bar and sell beers on Fridays and Saturdays anyhow, because
No.
the bartender will have plenty of time to do something else.
He'll have your head.
Yeah, we did that rookie mistake.
But you started out with investors, but you're now totally independent.
Yeah,
Since late 2023.
yeah.
So actually,
Was that a good decision, or do you feel that you've made a mistake there?
To have silent investor or to buy them
get
out?
rid of them.
That was the best decision for our souls, I think.
for me as well.
It felt
Well,
right.
you're now part owner.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a super fair thing. We're like we each own 1/3 of the company, and we've like through the years, we have very different skill sets, each of us. And we found like in nature, actually, the triangle is also the most strong form there is if you're making structures and stuff. And I thought like I entered because if I wasn't going to enter the company, I was going to leave for the efforts I was also putting in. But I found it was a good match. And for me, there's a lot of links between me. If it wasn't for the brewery, I was going to try to be a professional musician. But there's a lot of links in between the music and beer for me. And for me, it was like I'm a very big fan of metal. And what I saw in Koen Alex was these guys are like, they have their education and they worked at big breweries. So it's like having your classical education in music. Classical education is very good if you're going to try and play metal.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's where it all came together. So we had these classical elements in there, and then we started to do the rock and roll and metal thing with it.
That's
I was in water, so beer or water, the choice, it took me, 30 seconds.
But what I love about this business is that you meet all these weird people. And talking to you now over 2 days, I realized that your mindset, your skill sets are totally different, but your mindsets are quite alike.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like you're friends.
Yes.
And as part of a trio that you discuss things and goes towards one goal instead of having silent investors who go, oh, you can't do that. You need to get the money in. So that must be like a relief that you work together and you decide.
Yeah, but to be fair, the silent investors never told us what we needed to do.
Okay, nice.
There were other reasons.
We had freedom, we had
Yeah.
a lot of freedom with them. That is true, though.
But we needed, after Corona, we needed their help. They refused it, and then we decided to do the coup. That's the reason.
Overthrow the government.
Yeah.
We fought capitalism and we won.
But we always were creative for free. We could do whatever we wanted. About that we can't complain for. And Jens was always like acting like he was an owner. Like from day one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not acting, but I mean putting in the work if it's different in English.
Sorry,
But my mindset was there.
Well, the thing is, if you're a sales guy, you got to have invest yourself into the company or the product that you sell. So that it's kind of an ownership as well, even though it wasn't on paper back then.
No, it wasn't on paper, but my mindset was there, and I got this feedback also from our customers, the bars, and they were actually kind of surprised. Like, I thought the biggest compliment I ever had was like, we don't feel like you're a sales guy. It's more like you're doing what you like, and I was like, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
They actually like having me over at the bar.
Yeah, well, in the restaurant business, the thing is, people don't like sales guys.
No,
They want a friend who comes in and says, "I've got this stuff. If you like it, buy it."
Yeah, don't
It's good
push it.
shit. It's good shit. And when people start to push sales in the restaurant business, that's when people leave that company behind.
Exactly. I try to do the very different thing. This has been our strategy for many years. I try to do not the push thing, but the pull thing. This is who we are. We have great beers. I'm very proud to be working with these guys. You know where to find me. And it's been picked up through the years. So we took the long and hard route and not like the fast
that
and,
bring long sales instead of
Yeah.
short, immediate sales. Instead of money
Relationships.
now, you build money over time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we're going to wrap up in a minute.
Okay.
You probably need a beer because now you had a bit
Yeah.
of water. You're
Yeah.
going to need a beer now. But as I said before, I've got a hard question for you guys.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm very, yeah.
So you're
We're trembling.
shaking in your boots right now.
It's maybe because of yesterday.
Well, that's not the boots. That's your hands.
Yeah.
shaking. But this is probably the meanest question to put to anyone who works in beer.
Okay, let's go.
So I'm gonna give it to you first, Jens, because I think maybe you need a more. No, I'll do the other way around. I'll speak to you first, Alex.
Okay.
You are going to die today, and you can have one more beer, not like a million of one kind. You can have one more beer, in production or out of production, doesn't matter. But you can only have one before the Grim Reaper comes and collects. What beer would that be?
I think I'm gonna go for an Orval.
Orval.
Because
You don't see this, but Jens is right now hitting his knees, going like, fuck. He stole my beer.
Yeah.
because that's for me that's 3 beers in one.
Yeah.
So I actually can have like 3 beers.
Yeah.
It's so complex. It depends on which age you drink it. For me, that's like Uber beer. It's
The optimal beer.
yeah, the optimal beer.
Outside of category
Yeah.
as well. Huh?
Yeah, it's you can't. We don't want to make it. Wow.
No, but you'd love to drink it.
I love to drink it. Yeah.
Jens?
So yeah,
Well, you're allowed to say the same thing.
okay.
but that's kind of boring, though.
It is kind of boring, but I'm gonna say something more specific about it because it's definitely gonna be a revolve for me too. But for me, maybe I'm gonna be barbaric about this. It has to be young and from the fridge.
Okay.
So not the ambient temperatures and everything. I'm not like I know there's guys going crazy about the more aged Orval for the bread side of things. I actually prefer it
When it's fresh.
young, fresh. Yeah. So if I die today, I'm gonna have like roughly a 1-year-old Orval. Very cool.
I think that's funny because, like, when you talk about the traditional Belgian beer styles, and people come into my bar and say, I want a Trappist. And I go, okay, do you want the lightness of the La Trappe? Or do you want the heaviness of the Blue Chimay? Or do you want something that is totally different, which is Orval? So it's like, you can't just say that you want a Trappist beer. It's like going in and saying, I want a beer. Because the Trappist is just the monks that make it. It's got nothing to do with the recipes they produce. And that when I tell people that, they go, oh, but I want an Abbey style beer. Okay, then we're getting closer at least. but still, like, Orval is the odd one out when it comes to the Trappist because it's totally different. It's got the Brettanomyces, the tartness, the stableness, the complexness of it. And I have to go with Jens there because I really like it more when it's fresh than when it's been aged for ages. Uh, but I don't think the Orval tastes the same as it did 10 years ago. They say that they haven't changed the recipe. And maybe my taste buds have been altered over the years, but still, it doesn't taste the same anymore. Sorry. It's weird.
I'm gonna try and pay attention next time I have one. I do have a runner-up beer if I have to ask.
Oh.
It's just popping into my mind. You have the Culminator in Belgium, which closed recently.
I tried to buy their stock. They wouldn't let me.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wasn't aware you were a millionaire.
Yeah.
But
No, but the owners of my pub is. So
Oh.
I wanted to buy it for my Cuvelis.
I have to. It's really impressive. We were also working with Dirk, and I remember this one time. Dirk and Leen had a Chimay Grand Reserve on tap. I do not remember the vintage, but as you know, when Dirk put something on, he had it hooked up to nitro as well. It was in my, and I visited many pubs and had many different beers. One of the best beers I had ever. It was absolutely amazing. Like with the added creaminess of the nitro, absolutely gold. That'd be a very good runner-up if I cannot say it well.
Well, guys, thank you very much. I'm gonna let you guys have a beer now.
We're gonna have
You
more than
look
one.
like you need it. Have a Orval. And to you guys out there, I'm just want to say the same thing I say to you every time. Whatever you do, drink better beer. Thank you very much and take care. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You know what? Fuck off. It's the beer bubbles. Go!